There we go. Okay, is it working? Okay, perfect. Hello there everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Nonary Games. So yeah, in case you guys didn't catch what happened yesterday, since my evening classes were cancelled, I thought it'd be awesome if we could do a streamathon, which is basically like me doing 6 hours of streaming. You know, it's kind of a testing with 6 hours of 6 different games. I hope you guys managed to catch them, and if you did, I hope you enjoyed the choices we had, because you know they could actually be games that we could be playing in the future. You know, after we get through this little series. But anyway, we're back with the Nonary Games. The true end. We are doing the true ending route to 999 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. So yeah, in case you guys didn't catch what happened yesterday, I decided to take a different path with June, Lotus, and Santa, and in the second room we were in, Santa, June, and Junpei ended up getting stuck inside of a freezer as it froze shut, and then we ended up getting a little history lesson on something called Ice 9. June brought it up. I had no idea she was that knowledgeable, but I feel like it was one of the most important pieces of dialogue on our path to the true ending. But, anyway, yeah. So, it was really interesting to hear what she had to say, but I don't really remember it. But, you know, we'll get around to rewatching it. But anyway, so yeah, no more talking. Let's just jump right back into it. Ow. Okay, let's continue. Oops. Sorry, I was checking my phone real quick. There we go.
Hey, something's written on the door. On that iron plate.
It says operating room. If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Okay. Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
He gathered what courage he had and took the first step into the room. Seven followed with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Clover's curiosity got the better of her and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Clover? Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
Clover!
He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
Oh, it's just a dummy.
Is this a corpse?
No, it's a dummy. Look, you can tell. It was something that looked kind of like a human laying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. An operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and the cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Good idea. Slowly they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
It's
a dummy.
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
A doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible at the thing.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
breathed a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off.
Man, it was a mistake bringing you two together. You forget we only have 6 hours until the ship sinks and you two want to keep bickering like little kids. Clover, you're about like what? What are you, like 18? Like 17, 18? Knock it off. Dude, you're like in your 40s or something, alright? You should be more responsible than that. Stop arguing over like a... I don't even know. I read on a bio that Clover's supposed to be 18 in this game, but seriously, she's acting like a little kid. Both of you act your ages.
Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yeah.
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
I don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
Ew, what do you mean by that? Seven's grows more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Seek a way out. Okay, let's see. Huh. The scalpel could be useful. It's got some blood on it, though. A scalpel that's not rusty. Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh? You think it's telling us to cut something? Yeah, I do. An internal organ, specifically a lung. And excuse me again. Save with a scalpel and forceps. They're all rusty though. They'll be real useful. Kosher forceps. Are those scissors? They look kind of funny. No, that's probably a pair of kosher forceps. Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels trying to keep tissue out of the way. We can use them to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that. There's something else there. Whoa! Another medical mannequin? From the looks of it, this one's a chick. She has a name too. Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm. Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts. Oh, I get it. We have to make her resemble this one. This doll up here looks like a woman. You mean Lucy? Yeah. Hey, this thing says something too. It says John. This Lucy over here has only got a head and a left arm. Looks like John still got all his parts though. What the hell's going on here? What's that thing? It's got these short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater. There's nothing inside it. Huh. I think I found Lucy's chest. Ew, that's gross. This is the chest. It's a woman's chest. The heart's gone, but it's pretty hot. If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, you're a real creepo. Maybe you're supposed to heat something like this, like that gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. This drawer is empty. Yeah, nothing there. Looks like it's locked. Guess we're gonna need a key for this one. Junpei, where are you going? That's the door we came through. The only thing out there is a numbered door. I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the you're saying there's no point to go back there, huh? And they're not. Awesome. Well, at least Clover and Seven can agree on one thing.
Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display.
You think maybe it's a scale? Huh. Let's see here. A creepy medical mannequin. Apparently his name is John. Wait a second. Okay, I've got his organ. Maybe I'm supposed to give Lucy back her... Maybe I should give Lucy back her parts. His bed doesn't look very comfortable. Lucy's head and arm was... Maybe if you gather all her parts, gather all her body parts. Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. Aha! Awesome and unlocked! Huh. There's a note on top of the table. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3. Carbon dioxide, and ammonia, and ethanol.
What do you think this is the hint for?
Maybe it's got something to do with this box. Shit. There we go. Okay. Wait a minute. Is this a blue liquid and a red liquid?
Hey Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship?
Huh?
Well, if there are, I guess we could put salt on them.
What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl. Salt, huh?
You think that Sentinel should help me put it on him?
Hey, you say something?
Something stinks.
Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. What's this? Looks like a can with a spray nozzle. It says CO2. Does the can fill with carbon dioxide? Hey Junpei! There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Did you just say water? Why don't you just say water? Bottle of ammonia. Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? I'm talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right? It's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So, you're gonna drink it? I won't. Might say that what it says on the label. There could be anything in there.
Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf.
How did you know it's iron?
The label says Phi. Phi stands for iron, right?
I should pay more attention in biology class. Wait, I can buy these or something? No, but...
It looks like there's something inside that bottle.
What did I try pouring some out onto the cap? I can't see a reason why not.
What's that? It's bright blue. Do you think it's alien blood?
Where the hell did that come from?
Then what do you think it is, Seven?
I don't know, some sort of special bath soap.
What a boring guess. It looks like there's something inside that bottle.
What if I try pouring some out into the cap? Can't see any reason why not.
What's that? It's bright red. Do you think it's blood?
No, blood's thicker than that.
Then what is it?
Beats me. Okay. Let's see here. The box is locked. Looks like you have to enter a passcode on the keypad to open it. I can only enter 3 numbers. E stands for enter and C is for clear. Once you put the numbers, press C. Mess up, press C. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I've got a... Maybe it's got something to do with the number of letters inside... Okay, let's see. Iron is 1, salt 2, and water is 3. So what I have to find is carbon dioxide, ammonia, and ethanol. Oh, look at the first line. Maybe question mark represents a number. So NH3, hydrogen, nitrogen.
So in other words, ammonia is made of 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms.
Ethanol, C2H. There's a bottle of salt on the shelf. An iron powder, Phe. Water, H2O. Carbon dioxide, CO2. C is carbon, H is hydrogen, and O is oxygen.
So basically, ethanol is made of 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom.
There's a bottle of ethanol on the shelf. Ethanol is made of 2 C's, 6 E's. A bottle of ammonia on the shelf. Ammonia is comprised of 1 nitrogen. NaHCO. Na is sodium and CO is chloride.
So salt is made up of 1 sodium atom and 1 chloride atom.
Wait a minute. What Clover is saying about the number of atoms, maybe that could be it. So... I've just gotta find the maybe try finding the number of atoms in each one. So, ammonia is comprised of 4 atoms in total. Let's see. So let's try 4 for ammonia. Next, carbon dioxide.
7. Is your head okay?
Shit, I skipped a lot of the dialogue. CO2. C is for carbon.
So carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms.
Carbon dioxide, that's 3. So 3 and 4. Now I've just gotta find ethanol. A lot of ethanol. 2, 6. Wait a second. 1, 2 carbon, 6 hydrogen, and 1 oxygen. That's 9. So, if I'm correctly guessing it, the combination has to be 3, 4, 9. Can't hurt to give it a shot. Ah, yes, it worked! Thanks for the info, Clover. So now I've got a fake heart and a fake arm. So,
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that Seven wasn't following suit.
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well,
He looked up at Junpei distractedly, then back down at the brown bottle he had cupped in his large hands.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious.
Excuse me.
Here.
In response, Seven tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still, it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
You remember something?
Yeah.
Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like... man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive.
Just like June said.
This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-minded, rubbing the scar on his
Ice
chin.
that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Seven squinted. His eyes stared off in his face, and he was trying desperately to focus on something far away. Do you know about Ice 9?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman?
What? What woman?
Alice!
Who's Alice?
Alice?
Come on. The woman who won't melt at room temperature.
Huh?
What? It came clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. There's only 3 women on this boat. Lotus, June, and Clover. He ran his head across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
More than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett. The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Why are we talking about such a macabre story?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
A what?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made.
Was there a girl inside?
They found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman. Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. She didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw.
Hey, wait a second. That looked like the same coffin that Snake was trapped in the safe ending.
They say that the stink was horrible.
But if that's true, that must be that Alice girl's coffin. But Alice But Alice wasn't inside.
But there was one body that didn't thaw. And that was...
Alice?
Girl in the coffin.
That's right.
He's saying that Alice is on the boat, so I'm assuming the girl in the coffin is Alice.
Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed. And another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid.
So, if you're... So... In the last place... So, he mentioned that the ship is supposed to be identical to the Titanic. And... With the mention of Ice 9... He mentioned that a girl named Alice should be on the ship. So if he's mentioning that girl, then that girl in the coffin should be Alice. So, and we saw that coffin that Snake was trapped in, and it looked identical to the coffin Alice was trapped in. Either that or it's the coffin that Ace found the gun in. But either way, I never saw Alice.
After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
Oh, All Ice Alice.
Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Why would she be on the ship?
No.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
What?
Alright. Tell
Okay.
me, what happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world.
You told me someone bought Alice's body?
I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain. You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain.
That's the man who owns the ship, supposedly.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic's sister ship?
You don't mean to say that...
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. Then he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where.
So if we could find Alice's body, then it proves that we're on the Gigantic. And if we're really on the Gigantic, could that mean that Lord Gordain could be Zero?
He died in 1931. And apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
Well, there goes that theory. I still don't get what we're doing on the ship. Why would Alice be on this ship?
However,
What?
Excuse me.
well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
But I saw that coffin. I saw two of them. One of them contained a gun and a note, and the other contained Snake. No sign of Alice whatsoever.
What the hell is that? Some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven throws hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Jimmy could disrupt Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Jimmy was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Jeez, Clover, I was just getting a history lesson. And we're just about to determine if we're really on the ship or not.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
The story of Ice 9 and the story of Alice. They're both interlocked somehow. Could Ice 9 be what Alice is frozen in? And the reason she'll never thaw is because no one could ever figure out that she's not at a certain temperature she needs to be at in order to thaw out. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
Junpei was left behind to ponder what he'd just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen.
So that mummy that June was talking about, it was Alice.
The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Does that mean that Alice, even though she's frozen, is she still alive? Is she So, could she be one of those people who, after being frozen solid for so long, they retain their youth, and they travel through time? If that's possible, and we could melt Alice at the right temperature she could be at, could she still be alive, or is she dead?
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9?
Maybe.
No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Push comes to shove. If what Seven and June are saying is true, we're on the Gigantic, and Alice definitely is here. And I think we may be able to find her. Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven in the operating room where Clover was waiting. A thing for boiling tools to sterilize them. There's nothing in the drawer. This is probably a heater, there's nothing in it. I don't know what to do. There's nothing on the lower shelf. It's hard to tell. I'm at a loss. Best I can do is give Jane her stuff back. Let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, yes, I can. Damn it. Well, let's try the organ key. Cool, it's unlocked. A cabinet with a drawer in it. Let's see. Huh? A piece of paper. What's this? Some kind of medical record? Flowchart. Minigames. Combining items. The medical records. John and Lucy. This could be useful. Huh. What's this? There are 4 different lights, each one different color. White, red, blue, and purple. Does this thing react to something and then the lights light up?
I found a beaker.
Oh. Maybe. Hey, the blue light turned on.
And I heard a noise. It sounded like something unlocking.
It's locked. It won't even budge.
Do you think this is the exit?
Huh. locker laid on it. There's something inside. It's Jane's leg. Wait a minute, then does that mean...
The red light's on now.
I think I heard another noise. Her fake right leg. Then maybe... I get it. You combine the red and the blue liquid to make a purple one.
Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on. I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple print has beyond be unlocked.
Alright, let's see what happened. Now I've got Jane's fake stomach. Huh. Maybe... Maybe I can rebuild her now. Okay, so collect the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Why have I been calling her Jane this whole time? I've been calling her Jane this whole time, you know, John and Jane, like John Doe, Jane Doe. Her name's Lucy.
Yeah.
Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections?
Nope.
Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine!
Oh, there's a number on here.
51 kg. What's that? Is this the weight? Well, we were just stacking body parts on it, so it must make sense that it'd be the weight.
Hey, wait a minute.
John's supposed to be 51k. Lucy's supposed to be 52. Something's not adding up.
Hey, nothing happened.
That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight.
Wait.
Yeah, well, you know there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's.
Oh.
Let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The scheme will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Okay. Got it! Wait, I just heard something. It came from John's operating team. You better check it out. Huh? The lid on the scale. Hey, it opened! Oh, I get it! It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what is on the chart. Yes, we've got the key! We can get out!
Hey, hold on.
Huh? Junpei stopped about to put the key in the door.
Oh, what's up?
To the doorknob.
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Huh?
Clover? Where'd you go? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
God damn it. Where the hell did she go?
God damn it, Clover! Where'd you go now?
Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
I'll be
Sure
right
thing.
back. You just stay right here. Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin. What's wrong, Clover?
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing there and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood shocked, still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover. Can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about, Clover?
If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Sweetie, no you're not. Suddenly the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Here, Clover. Take this.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Sans had given to him in the second class room. He held it out for Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form in the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Her voice was tiny and broken. As she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still she didn't
Wait,
move.
before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What is it, sweetie?
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment his mind froze. He came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
Oh, I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
I swear I won't, Clover, so tell me.
Really?
Really?
Yes, I swear.
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Of course. Okay? Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying. She looked up at
Okay
Junpei.
then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
What?
Wait. On this ship?
Clover, were you one of the other 9 participants 9 years ago?
Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. Ah, that's dumb. Her brother took place in the first Nonary game. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best he thought to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Fields that you can't see?
Wait a second. That sounds exactly like what Lotus told me. Excuse me. You heard something like this before. Clover nodded.
Think about this.
Excuse me again. She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin. Its parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Huh?
Huh? All Junpei could think of was she has finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks? Or the ship of Theseus?
What? Junpei grew even more confused. He never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
No?
No? Junpei shook his head.
Really? Okay, well pay
Clover
attention then.
laughed.
This is how Locke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Oh, it's my favorite sock, so I'd probably patch it up.
Well, I guess I'd patch it up, get some cloth, and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's tough.
Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the Locke's socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it.
So lock socks, basically, you take your favorite socks, they have a hole on them, and you just keep stitching them up and stitching them up and stitching them up until they don't really look like your favorite socks anymore, but they still are. But they just don't look the same as what they used to anymore.
The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus?
Oh my god, I'm learning so much from a game than I do in real life.
The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John, or is it Lucy now?
Junpei looked at the operating table again. Oh. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Locke's socks in the ship of Theseus. Part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom has held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or in even a number of internal organs. And therefore they
John's head and heart are both his. But apart from those, and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
Was this mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die, and new ones are born.
As we grow older, our bodies begin to change, and our cells change along with them.
Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? That's how we're all connected.
So, if you mean to say that every time we eat something, it becomes part of our body and our cells, and they could basically be parts of our bodies, what you're saying is we're basically connected to everything.
Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
Wow. You fucking blew my mind, Clover. The silence was broken by Seven.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
Oh, sorry, I had to grab her. Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
Sorry, I was learning some new shit, brah. And you wasted my time talking about Alice. She just literally blew my mind with science. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Junpei said there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. We were just...
Just...
playing. With the mannequins.
Huh?
What?
Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Clover, wait for me! Seven stared at her, then turned to Junpei with an amused
Playing
expression.
with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
What do you mean by that?
You're a...
You're a dick. Damn it, I skipped it! Damn it, I skipped what he was gonna say. God damn it! Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. He stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, alright?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, and that was it.
Alright, let's get going.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, get a little excited?
Oh, sure. I'm happy that I'm trapped in a death game with 7 strangers, and I'm happy that I'm risking my life. And in about 5 hours, the ship is gonna crash, and we're all gonna drown. Is that what you wanted me to say? You want me to sound happy about that? The fact that I'm locked in a death game with 7 strangers?
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead.
Hey, wait a second. We just escaped from this room. Shouldn't have... Oh, whatever. Hey, isn't this around the part Clover vanishes, apparently?
I'm going to be next.
Excuse me again. Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
I'm not gonna let Clover die this time. You found it! They left the operating room. The hallway took them down around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
Huh? The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. That voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
June? He spun around. He saw someone running toward them, and from the other end of the hallway, there were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa! And Lotus too!
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish,
Hey
Clover
guys!
spoke.
Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd
Look
found.
on the wall here.
What is it? There's something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says
Another
C
one?
deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Huh. Go figure. In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the nonary game works.
I see.
Go figure. Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
Ah, shit, Nuggets. We were gonna go back there anyway. As he looked more closely, his surprised excitement gave way to awareness.
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
Okay. They moved us one for the door.
Almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off of the wall and put it in his pocket and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
Yeah, so we just escaped, so I've got to wait till we connect to this point. And then I can make a wait, I can't make a decision here. Huh. Well, I guess I gotta wait till I get to this point. They were just where the map had said they would be.
We're back.
Ace, you here?
In the hospital room.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Yeah, that's about it. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up. They seemed that his brain was working as well as ever.
I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me.
Oh, we already made it to this point. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip through it.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
The 7 pieces of paper they'd folded laid up on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Oh, wait. Clover vanishes around this part, so we don't have to worry about that. So, I can make a decision for this one already.
Just double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Can't believe we're voting here.
Well, we don't have a choice. Why did they decide to vote that way?
We need to make the whole thing fair, blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know.
You know, I've already read this part, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put on adventure mode for now.
Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
Yeah, quiet in the peanut gallery. All right, let's open these up.
Alright.
The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
No, we
time.
don't have time for that. Sorry. Let's keep going.
Next.
Next is Santa. He wants door 6.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Wait a minute. There is no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
Yeah, deal with it, Lotus.
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I am not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes.
But you don't deny the grandma part.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe. But what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Hey!
Oh, not good.
Children, please!
Let go! Let go of me! I'm killing him!
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
Yeah, right.
June wants door 6.
June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and
So-
Clover requested door 1. 7 and Lotus requested door 2. Santa and June requested door 6. Then the door I should choose is...
Since I chose,
the last one is mine. I want to go through...
Since I chose door 6 last time, now we got time to do these 2. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick this one, and you are it. Door 1.
My choice is door 1.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
What are you talking about?
Asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
No, no. I came from the future, and I know that if I let Ace go with Clover, she's gonna die.
Let me see that.
Sure, here. I had 3 pieces of paper ready, and I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot. I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out.
Well, what does it say?
I have 3 pieces of paper. I wrote 1, 2, and 6 on it.
You got lucky.
Since this is my second playthrough, I know for a fact that if I let Clover go with Ace, she's gonna die. I can't let her die.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
Wait a second. Does the digital route match up? Let's see. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is... Yeah, that's it. The digital route matches up.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
They want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Okay.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
Sure thing.
Does the digital route match up,
I didn't
though?
really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June?
What?
Well, I
Pig. You just wait and see.
7? You do realize that June's my girl, right?
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
And they're at it again.
I'll see you later, June.
Shit, I forgot to change it. Okay, here. Okay, here. Okay, I'm just gonna recount from... Okay, I'm gonna recount from Junpei's choice. The door I should choose is... It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke. Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through. My choice is door 1. Santa was unconvinced. I was going to change my mind. Let me see that here. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he had been hiding into his pocket. Although he never knew it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers. I had 3 pieces of paper ready. Drew lost. Switched the paper out. What does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. Yeah. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Very well, we've decided we'll go with Clover, Junpei, myself. 1 plus 4 plus 5 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Fine. 7 will go through door 6. 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Sure thing. Do we want to go through door 2? June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not. That pig. You just wait and see. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. Call me. And they're at it again. Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angry to herself. I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
You know me. I had to go back and read what happened. Like that would just ruin the novelty effect of it. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again. This time didn't stink quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the notary game works.
7's word took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better. So, what's my path now?
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
So let's check the flowchart and see my brand new path. Oh wait, I've got to go through the door first.
All right. See you later.
I'll see you later, June. Lingering uneasy remained, but they went their separate directions without much trouble. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward
Here's
A
A-deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
Don't worry, Clover. I'm going to be by your side. And I won't let that sneaking asshole kill you.
Here we go.
They open and they walk through.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red one upon
A
it.
numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever.
Now.
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. Oh, that's right, I forgot. This is when they think they found Snake's dead body. She nodded, a little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well, then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device to determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it.
It stopped.
Thank God.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Hey, how long has the stream been going on? Oh.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. I'm guessing this is
There's
the
another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
Yeah, this is where we gotta escape from, so I'm gonna actually save it and stop it off right here. Alright, you guys, that's going to conclude our stream of the Nonary game 999 today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here in a little bit for our Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways playthrough. I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching, and goodbye.